We know 2 venues. We know they're in Nashville that we're going to look at. We're likely going to select one of those venues. And once we select those venues, we will get a date. She hasn't gotten her dress, but I believe she has. She's working on a date right now. My mom and her sister and our very good friend Lo are going to go together and go dress shopping. And so they're setting a date. I think this spring to go through that. I'm sure I'm gonna lose it when I see her. I'm sure. And that's why I don't want to do first look, because I want that experience of her walking down and the dress for the first time. And if it's an inconvenience of a few hours of photos, we got to deal with it, because that's something no one can take from you. And Kaitlyn will be the first female to be welcomed to our family. So my mom is so excited to have her as a daughter-in-law. And it was like really cute. My mom sent her a text and was like, "Can I please come for your wedding shopping?" And Kaitlyn's like, "Of course you can, you'll be there." So I know they're all excited about that. Married life. What am I looking forward to most about married life? That's a great question. Having a child, having kids. I think one thing, Kaitlyn has said in the past that, we both just said, the second we get married, we want to start having kids. And so that is, I think, step 1 is plan this wedding. Step 2 is have a hell of a night partying and celebrating with the Canadians out west and the Buffalonians out east and everyone in between, with Bachelor Nation and Dancing with the Stars and everyone else there. And the second we close that chapter, it's time to have some kids. I can't speak for Kaitlyn. I think Kaitlyn would probably say no, but I can't speak for her. I would say I would embrace it. I would say go for it. But I would also have a whole lot of insider tips and tricks to provide. That's a good question. I just don't know. I don't know how that would play. It's so, the problem, one of the difficulties with the show is your time is so limited. So the way we met was just so natural. But I will say, people can listen to it. The first time Kaitlyn and I, it's the wildest thing if you think about it. We had never exchanged a voice-to-voice conversation ever before that podcast we had. And I think what's interesting is in the podcast, you could hear it, there was so much natural chemistry. So part of me thinks maybe it would have worked out if I went on the show, because so quickly we had natural chemistry. The other part of me is like, I was friend zoned for a little bit, maybe it wouldn't have worked out. It all worked out the best way, and it all happened for a reason. And without the Bachelor franchise, there's absolutely no way our paths cross. I just can't see a world in which that would have happened. Yeah, so the inspiration behind it was that I was put in this like ultimate ultimatum after going on the show and coming back to the same company that I worked for nearly 10 years, 7 promotions, 4 relocations. And they said, Jason, you're going to have to restart your entire brand at this bank by getting rid of all your social media, all your side hustle, all your podcasts, or you're going to have to go restart your brand outside the bank. And so what I did was just that. And I created a company, Restart, to help people refine their careers and really focus on personal financial literacy. And so with this book, it's really an 8-step roadmap for anyone that is questioning or thinking or rethinking their professional track. It could be as small as, negotiating for yourself, managing relationships with your boss, branding, or as material as completely leaving your industry, career, or where you live. There's something in this book for everyone that has any bit of career confusion. Yeah, so first of all, I had one of the biggest changes of my life, and I took a shot at going on a reality television show. And for my entire life, I was always living by the blueprint to success. Do what you're told, say yes, move when you're told to move, and do what defines success in the eyes of others. And I really lost kind of the bedrock of who I was. And in this book, not only do I show some how-tos, but I make it entertaining. So people probably watch The Bachelor, and they wonder, how did you even get this time off? The exact memo that I wrote to my boss is in this book, which is quite hilarious. That was like a memo on fire that just kept getting passed all the way to the top of the bank. But within this book, I think the idea here is that—
That is awesome, by the way. Continue. That's
Yeah, the full memo. It's honestly, if you are any form of a Bachelor fan, a reality television fan, you've wondered, how do people do it? You get to see everything from my approval to go to the kick you out the doors. It's a wild journey. But I think one of the big things here is that we're all built into this like blueprint, and we all have systems that define success by others based on where we were born and where we live. And either you write your own story to success, or it's going to be written for you. And for 10 years of my life, it was written for me. And I started to really lose touch with who I was. I was having really intense panic attacks. I was every single day bringing in Xanax and beta blockers into a Listerine strip, which I talk about in chapter 1, into a Listerine container where you put Listerine strips.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I was camouflaging my inner voice to continue to be everything I thought my bosses and clients needed me to be. And for 10 years, I didn't listen to one voice in my head. And this is a book that if you're experiencing, again, any bit of career confusion, it helps you further identify where you are, why you're there, and what you need to do to get where you want to be.